Hello everyone, welcome you all to the 20th session of Pandas DataFrame. During the 90th session, what we have done, we have embedded the units into this column level. Can you see? So we have come a long way in transforming this nutritional data set. Now it's time to finish this. So by removing the units from our values and converting the entire data set to a purely numeric sequence of values is conducive for numerical analysis. We are starting with a data frame that has units embedded in the column levels. And as a final step now, we want to remove everything that is not numeric from our values. In other words, we are completing the fourth step in our data preparation process. So let's do it. So for this, I will use regex. We already understood the regex pattern. So let's write nutrition dot replace and replace. Thereafter, what I want to replace? I want to replace all the string values present in our data, small a to capital small z and capital A to capital Z with nothing. So here I am writing nothing. Thereafter, I am putting this regex to be true, regex is equal to true, and in place parameter, I am putting it to be true because I want the changes to be permanent. So now we did something similar when we first introduced the replace method with regex. As a quick recap, in regular expression, we could use a character set to identify or select a range of characters from our set. So let's run it and let's see the changed version of our data set, nutrition.head. So here, if I'm running this, can you see all the string values, that is the units present in the form of character, get removed from my values part. Now, everything looks good here, but there is a slight problem here. So let's look at it. So if I write here nutrition dot d type d types dot value counts, and if I run this, almost all the columns in our data set are still of object type. We could see this. So we have 73 out of 75 columns are still object, but 2 columns are still in integer form. So as a last step, let's also cast all our values to float and reassign the copy return to our nutrition data frame. So I will cast it so that everything get converted in one data type. So let's do nutrition is equal to nutrition dot astype type, and then I'm putting it float here. And if I run this, let's see what I'm getting. Fine. So to check this out, let me check this like this. Let's take any column, total underscore fat g dot sum. Fine. So fine. This is working fine. So another way to see that this conversion worked at scale is to use the info method. So how I can use the info date method? I will write simply nutrition dot info and I will make verbose false. Verbose is equal to false. If I run this, we now see that we have 75 columns of float type, which is great. So this is excellent. Everything looks good. So we started with a data frame that seemed to have a lot of numerical information, but it was not really accessible to us because all the numbers were combined with units and stored as text. We observed how all numerical methods either did not work with this kind of data or they returned output that made no sense. So then step by step, we cleaned up the data without losing any information. We renamed the column labels to absorb the units and eventually got a two-dimensional set of numerical data. Fine. So in the next session, we will study the filter method.